So Hayley Ricardo is from DELWP, and Hayley's going to join us talking about community wildlife reporting. Thank you.
So hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Hayley. I work in Bairnsdale. I've been doing lots of bushfire recovery work for the last 6 months. So on-ground monitoring of flora and fauna as part of a small team. Yeah, working for DELWP. So I've only got 5 minutes. This is going to be quite brief, but I just want to talk to you about a project that we've been running to encourage community to report wildlife sightings anywhere in and around the bushfire affected area. So my team, we've been quite busy, like we've been doing lots of on the ground flora and fauna monitoring, lots of threat mitigation work. So by that I mean things like weed control, pest control, that kind of thing, trying to reduce the impacts on wildlife as it recovers from fire. But yeah, the bushfires impacted a huge amount of area and we just can't be everywhere. So part of this project is to encourage everybody to help us understand how species are recovering over time. So the more eyes and ears that we get on the ground, the better, and the more information we have about what's happening in these areas and with these species. So yeah, we just chose 6 species to kind of highlight and ask people to report their sightings of these. So yeah, a couple of common ones. Most people will know a koala or a lace monitor if they see one. Slightly rarer and a bit harder to spot, we've got glossy black cockatoos and spot-tailed quolls. And then a lot more cryptic, a lot of people won't even be aware that these species occur in Victoria. So the diamond python, that's a really hard one for us to systematically survey. So any sightings that people can, that let us know about, that's really valuable for our kind of on-ground work. And the same with ground parrots. So I've got a map here. This is data before the fire. So it comes from our Victorian Biodiversity Atlas. That's basically a log of all of the sightings and survey work that have been done for these species. This data is pre-fire, so from about 2000 to just before the fires. And yeah, it gives you an idea of where these species were occurring before the fires. So one example in yellow, we've got the ground parrots, and that's East Gippsland was the stronghold for this species. So they do occur in other places in the state, but in very low numbers. So the heathlands of East Gippsland were really important for this species, and they've been hit really hard by fire. So we're quite keen to track the recovery and just see how many we've got as time goes on. So yeah, it's really easy. We're not asking for any kind of science. We just we're aware that there's a lot of people that are out and about active in these areas, and just seeing lots of things when you're out and about for work or going for a bushwalk or a drive or whatever. And we're just keen to tap into that knowledge. So all we want is the who, like what species you see, the where, so a bit of information, the nearest road intersection, a property address, that kind of thing, and the date that you see the species. And you can log that using one of the readily available apps on your phone. So iNaturalist, if you're a bird person, you might know about bird data, or the VBA, the Victorian Biodiversity Atlas app, VBA Go. Yeah, so you can just log on there and report any sightings. Otherwise, you can email them directly to us. So report.gippslandwildlife@delp.gov.au. And it's not just these 6 species that we're keen on. Like, we're promoting 6 just to keep the story simple, but any info that you've got, yeah, we want to hear about it. So either log on to those apps or email us directly, and we'll just add that information to. We use that to target or refine our threat mitigation works and our surveys and that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's all really useful. Just quickly, if you're interested in this project, you want to know more, head to the Swift website. So there's a page on there with some really good resources. So ID guides, for example, glossy black cockatoos can be a bit challenging to tell the difference between, if you're not a bird person, you might not know the difference between one of those and a red-tailed black cockatoo. So this is just really important to make sure that you're telling us the right species when you're reporting these sightings. And we also have some brochures we've put together, so a paper form of the same information, which, yeah, if you send us an email, we're happy to send these out to community groups or anybody that kind of wants to spread the word and get people out and about and reporting what they see. Yeah, so that's it from me. Thanks.
Thank you, Hayley. And it just goes to show the strength of citizen science. If that was agencies collecting that data, there's just not strength in numbers. So you'd have 5 dots on the map compared to 335. I counted them while I was sitting there. No, thank you.